Hello everyone, the Knight here. Today I'll be doing an ending explain and going into the depths of the movie The Boy, the 2016 horror film. So let's get started. An American nanny by the name of Greta that takes a job in a remote village in the United Kingdom. We also get to meet the grocery delivery guy Malcolm. Also we get to meet Mr. and Mrs. Hellsire, an elderly couple and parents of the little boy by the name of Brahms. They also have a long list of rules for Greta to follow, which are: no guest, never leave Brahms alone, save meals in freezer, never cover Brahms' face, read a bedtime story, play music loud. Only Malcolm brings deliveries. Brahms is never to leave. Kiss goodnight. Also to tend to the rat traps around the house, as they can enter into the walls of the home. Afterwards, she is introduced to the little boy she was hired to care for when she realizes it's actually a life-size porcelain doll that the parents treat like a real boy to cope with the death of their son Brahms. Of course, it's very weird and even Greta is creeped about it. Well, she decides to work with it and takes care of Brahms. After all, there have been other nannies that have been rejected by Brahms. Well, it's only her and Brahms as Mr. and Mrs. Shire go on holidays. Occasionally Malcolm shows up and he reveals that Brahms was a weird kid which was killed in a fire, and soon after the doll showed up. Then Greta soon turns out to be in a nightmare as events begin to unfold, leading to her to believe there is more to the doll than meets the eye. We
Hello? Go! Brahms?
I know this is hard for you, but do it for me. I need this or I have to go. I can't stay here anymore.
Greta, come on.
Brahms, please, just give it one more chance, okay? If he doesn't move, nothing happens and I'm crazy. Just one more chance, okay? Okay, Brahmsy.
Okay.
also see a scene of Mr. and Mrs. Hellshire walking into the sea and drowning drowning. But why do they decide to do this? We'll see this later on. Later on, we get to see a photo of a little girl by the name of Emily Cripps.
Once a week to play with Brahms. Emily Cripps. And on his birthday she comes out and never makes it home. They finally found her body in the woods. Her skull had been crushed. Please call the Heelshus to let them know that Brahms would need to be questioned, and by the time they arrived, the place was already up in flames.
And Mr. and Mrs. Hellshire set the place on fire to protect Brahms, right? Unexpectedly, Greta X's hole arrives, which looks to be the cause of her problems in the past. After some weird things.
Was this you?
I didn't do that.
Don't blame. No one else is in this
Brahms.
house.
Start happening. Greta tries to speak to Cole about the doll, but Cole bashes the doll anyways. Suddenly the house seems to come alive and some supernatural things start happening. Cole gets
We should really go.
close to a mirror and the mirror shatters into pieces, sending Cole flying suddenly.
Oh my god!
Jesus, what is that?
Brahms comes out. He's not dead, and he has been living in the walls of the home for some time now.
It's Brahms.
It can't be. Oh no. No!
No!
He launches and kills Cole and chases Malcolm and Greta around the house, finding his room and as well a letter from Mr. and Mrs. Hellsayers
He's been watching me this whole time.
saying that they are not coming back and he can keep the girl. She
Okay, come on. This way. Come on.
We will not be back. The girl is yours now. She's yours to loving you. They were never coming back.
Come on, Greta, come on.
He's been living in the walls the whole time watching me.
Come on.
They knew that he would
on.
do this. They knew that he would
Get
do
in.
this.
finally goes head to head with Brahms and severely injures him. Escaping the home with a severe injured Malcolm. Suddenly we go back into the home and find out Brahms is still alive. So it is safe to say that Brahms did kill the girl and Mr. and Mrs. Selshire did set the place on fire to protect Brahms. So with the rules set and the idea to tend to the rat traps around the home as they can enter into the walls of the home. And the doll was with the idea for Mr. and Mrs. Hellsire to preserve Brahms as an innocent boy but incapable of overcome the death of the little girl and the various nannies that Brahms have rejected. They decide to drown themselves, which for them is the only way to get away from Brahms. So for me, this is basically the best way to explain this movie. Thank you. Until next time. So if you have any question, please tell me in the comments below.